Eunwoo, who has been known to maintain his image and almost never get dragged into controversial issues, suddenly became a big conversation after several photos of him spread on social media. The photo shows him sitting in a simple restaurant, dressed in casual clothes with a black hat and a mask that he had briefly lowered, with a woman and a man who looked familiar to him. This incident was so surprising because Eunwoo was serving in the army, and the public usually thought that an idol or actor who was drafted would be more secretive and rarely seen in public without official business. Precisely because of this, a simple moment like dinner turned into a national issue that sparked a long debate in the media, online forums, to the international community. Many witnesses said Eunwoo appeared to be cautious when entering the restaurant, but once he sat down with the two men, he seemed more relaxed, even chuckling occasionally. The woman he was with seemed to be trying to cover her face, wearing a long beige coat and often looking down, while the man sitting next to her was seen having a warm conversation with Eunwoo. From the way they interact, the public judges them to be close enough. Photos taken by another visitor then spread quickly, making Eunwoo's name trending again on various platforms. Some were surprised, some were touched because Eunwoo still took the time to maintain relationships with those closest to him even during the draft. The reactions that emerged were very diverse. Some fans were happy that Eunwoo was still able to enjoy private time, judging it reasonable and not breaking any rules. They believe everyone deserves to have a social life, even a big star who is on state duty. But others are worried. They think the meeting could lead to misunderstandings, especially regarding the whereabouts of the mysterious woman who was with him. Not a few assume that it could be close friends, old friends, some even immediately suspect a romantic relationship. This is becoming increasingly sensitive as South Korean culture puts the romantic lives of celebrities in the spotlight, especially when they are still active, and in the military. Fantajo's agency has finally given an official clarification. They said that Eunwoo on that day received permission to go out according to military rules, and the meeting at the restaurant was just an ordinary dinner with two friends. They insist there is no special relationship as the public speculates. Even so, many fans felt the statement was too short. The clarification is considered correct but still leaves room for other speculations. For skeptics, the fact that the woman is trying to avoid the public gaze only reinforces the suspicion that something is being hidden. The impact on Eunwoo's image is also debated. Some see this as something human, adding to the warm and real side of a big star. But there are also those who worry that this could slightly tarnish her reputation as an idol with an impeccably clean image. On the other hand, this issue shows how difficult it is for a celebrity in Korea to maintain a balance between private and public life. A simple dinner that was supposed to be a regular meal turns into a big issue because of Eunwoo's status as a public figure serving in the army. The international public was also crowded. Fans from Indonesia, the Philippines, Japan, and the United States filled social media with varied comments. Many regret how little privacy space there is for a celebrity. Some wrote that Eunwoo deserved to have a normal life without having to always be afraid of being photographed. But on the other hand, a number of comments actually highlight the identity of the mysterious woman, with wild speculation that continues to grow endlessly. This incident shows how South Korean popular culture works. Conscription is not only a legal obligation, but a symbol of honor, and celebrities who are undergoing it will continue to be monitored. The public always wants to see how they spend their time, whether they are disciplined, whether they maintain an image, or even make things that are considered off track. Even small things can be a big highlight, especially when it comes to relationships with the opposite sex. This debate not only occurs among fans but also becomes the subject of discussion of mainstream media, entertainment columnists to cultural analysts. Whatever was really going on behind the dinner, it was clear that this moment would be remembered as one of the great surprises of Cha Eunwoo's enlistment. For some, this event is just a small episode that will soon be forgotten. But for others, this is an important turning point that may change the way the public sees Eunwoo's figure in the future. After all, he is still a human being who has the right to enjoy his life, even though every step is always under the spotlight of millions of pairs of eyes. The issue of Cha Eunwoo's dinner with a woman and a man in a restaurant has not only become the subject of momentary gossip, but has developed into a hot topic that has been discussed across generations. The young fans who followed Eunwoo's every move were intrigued. while the general public, who might only know him as a handsome actor from a popular drama, were left wondering why a regular dinner event could be such big news. This is where it is seen how strong the position of a top celebrity in the eyes of the Korean public. Everything related to them can transform into a big issue, because fans and the media are always looking for behind-the-scenes stories that are more interesting than the usual official activities. One of the things that makes this issue more hot is the difference in views between the domestic fan community in South Korea and international fans. Fans in Korea tend to be more critical, even a little suspicious, because they think Eunwoo should have kept his image and concentration during his enlistment. Many feel that conscription is a serious period that should not be mixed with personal affairs, especially when it comes to relationships with the opposite sex. They were afraid that Eunwoo's reputation could be tarnished just because of a small misunderstanding. Meanwhile, international fans are even more relaxed. Many fans outside of Korea considered it normal for Eunwoo to have dinner with anyone. They see it as a human moment, not a matter of concern. Korean online forums like Pan and the Coup are filled with sharp comments. Some wrote, "Why is he out eating at a public restaurant? Isn't there a private place?" Others said, "If it's just a friend, why should you look down and cover your face?" Such comments arouse public curiosity. On Twitter globally, thousands of tweets flooded timelines with hashtags of support such as #WeLoveEunwoo and #LetEunwoo showing how much international sympathy there is for her. The media then amplified the news. Some Korean entertainment portals put up sensational headlines, writing "Cha Eunwoo spotted with woman during military service," which immediately went viral. But there were also media outlets that tried to be neutral by emphasizing that Eunwoo got official permission and did not commit any violations. International media such as K-pop magazine Global even reviewed it from the cultural side, explaining why a regular dinner can cause great controversy in Korea. Interestingly, there was also speculation about who the woman who was seen with Eunwoo was. Some associate it with a former college friend, some suspect a young actress who had an advertising project. There are even desperate to mention the name of a top artist who also happens to be not active in drama. All speculation is growing wild because there is no clarity of identity on the part of the agency. Fantajo only mentioned that they were two close friends of Eunwoo, without further details. Precisely that vagueness makes the rumors even wilder, as if the public were given space to guess according to their respective imaginations. Meanwhile, some entertainment experts provide in-depth analysis. One columnist wrote that this event showed a paradigm shift about celebrity privacy in Korea. If in the past the public focused only on works, now the artist's personal life is part of the consumption of popular culture. Fans feel they have a right to know every aspect of their idol's life, even things that should be private. This is what makes Eunwoo's dinner case such a big issue, even though there are actually no serious violations in it. The short-term impact is obvious. Eunwoo's name is constantly trending, news is increasing, and her photo is widely spread. But the long-term impact is still debated. Some believe the public will quickly forget once there is new news. But there are also those who think that this moment will stick in the memory. So every time Eunwoo is seen with another woman in the future, the public will reconnect him to the incident at the restaurant. ASTRO fans, known as Aroha, were split. Some gave their unconditional support, even writing lengthy messages in online communities in defense of Eunwoo. They emphasized that whatever their idols do must be considered mature, and the task of fans is only to support, not judge. But there are also a few who feel betrayed, especially hardline fans who find it difficult to accept if their idols are in close contact with the opposite sex.